time to officially go live. Hi, everybody. Amanda, you got to keep your lips sealed for just a couple more minutes. I'm wondering when should we announce this? Should I give it another 10 minutes or so? As far as the bike goes, we can wait just a little bit more until people get on here. It's just so weird to do live by yourself. I'm so used to having somebody else here with me to chat, and now I feel like the spotlight's all on me. Just, okay. Okay, we'll let the people show up first. That works. Today I took the bike up to work, and it was fine going into work, but coming back, it's a 2-hour ride today, and it hit 39 degrees for a low, 42 for a high, and rained the entire time when I was coming back down here. So I wore my Gore-Tex boots, but I didn't wear any other waterproof stuff, which is probably not smart on my part because I was so cold. And I still am, so that's why I'm wearing a hoodie right now. But it was nuts. And I took off my boots and I dumped it, and I probably have 2 cups in both. As I was walking in the garage, I felt like I was swimming, and so need to be a little bit more prepared. Hello, Moto Scout. Yeah, it's good. I gotta get a lot more miles on the bike. No, I didn't have any other waterproofs, Amanda. I should have. I thought about it, and on the way out of work or to work, I was like, you know what? I should pack the rain gear just in case, but I didn't. And I still don't have a Gore-Tex suit. I was gonna get an Aero Stitch one piece, but they are back ordered because they don't have the fabric. So it's like 6 to 8 weeks, which defeats the purpose of me trying to get anything within a 4 weeks time span. So I'm gonna look at other options again and see what I can find, because I just don't think rain gear is going to make it work for my sake. Hello. Oh, that's awesome. I'm going to try and meet up with other YouTubers for the trip. Unfortunately, that was another question. I have a whole, wrote them all down for you guys, the people that had put it in the Instagram questions, but I don't think I am. It's going to be hard enough to just do the challenge and do it on the time frame that whatever myself and the bike has given, that it's going to be hard to connect with other individuals. So unfortunately, probably not. Just say it, we need to know. Okay, bye. I'll give it, let's do it at 8:10. 8:10, I'll do the announcement, because that at least gives a couple more people to pop on here too. Do I wish I was still back in Hawaii? After today's ride, yes, absolutely. I miss the 70, 80 degree weather, especially at night. It was 39 riding back home from work today and rained the entire time. So, oh, thanks, Amanda. I know your scorpion suit was incredible. I was just in awe as you left for, I think it was for Illinois last August, and you were like, yep, I can handle this, and it's downpouring rain, and you were totally fine. Oh, I love my Bronco. It's so fun. There's gonna be a little bit on this channel too, I think I'm going to try. So if you guys are totally up for it, I've got some stuff in the works for my Bronco too. Hi, Jean. I'm gonna see you next week, hopefully, correct, right? Ricky, thanks for being here. That's awesome. Yep, focus on the ride and enjoy it. That is the plan. Thanks, Mary. Hi, Lauren. Are you riding a monkey bike? Oh my gosh, but I saw the Honda monkeys. Is that what it is? But I saw one when we were in Hawaii, and I totally wanted to ask whoever it was. I wanted to ride it. 8:06. No, we're going to do 8:10. We'll do 8:10, and we'll then announce it at that point in time too. Hawaii is a bucket list item to ride. Yes, absolutely. I did Oahu and then I rode on Maui. I'm still editing footage from Maui yet, but I will share that hopefully soon. If not, it might be later this summer because I've got a lot planned for that. So, oh, Wisconsin weather. I know, it's spring. Go figure. It's probably raining by you too, I bet. I'm doing good. Still a little cold from this morning, but good. Thank you for being here, Robin. What part of New Jersey are you hitting? So I brought up the map, and it's not going to be very much. Oh, I guess I'm going through a little bit south of Philadelphia, I guess. Interstate riding, so you can probably guess which route I'm taking when I go through New Jersey. Hello from South Dakota. Thanks, Chuck, for being here. It's crazy how many people you meet doing this YouTube thing. Absolutely. And they're all incredible people too and have my back. I was texting Amanda earlier as a Make Pie Flies. You don't know who she is. I was texting her this afternoon because I had a slight freak out and panic moment for it. So we've got 4 more minutes. Hello from Sun Prairie. Fantastic. Thanks for being here. Aw. Thanks. I'm out in the garage. Normally I'm in my office, and so it's just weird to have everything set up here. And my husband is coming home from work, so I told him, I was like, do not open the garage door. And he goes, that would be pretty funny if you did. So if you do see the garage door go up at one point in time, that's my husband for you. So he will find it very entertaining. I'm not sure if he's watching this or not. So we've got 3 minutes out for people that are just joining on the live stream, and then I will do the announcement. I know there's a lot of questions that have been asked you, but if there's any questions that you guys have right now, feel free to pop them in there. I'm happy to answer them, but I've got a whole spiel of questions to go through. Not sure if we just go through them 1 or 2 at a time and then pick some of the ones there, but yeah, feel free to shout them out. Happy to answer them as best I can for today's sake. But Echo was on here this just in the beginning of it too. He probably still is on here too, but asked if I was going west first and trying to get the big states out of the way. Unfortunately, I'm going the opposite direction. I'm going to go east and hit up all of the small states and come back down for my sake. Go up through Memphis and then shoot across all the way down to Needles, California area, and then back up. So no bigger states first, but I'm getting a long portion of that first state out of the way and kind of going through that way. How do you have to document each state? So I have been laying out there's this little, I'll take the map out of here. There's this, is it business card holder? This is what I plan on using. And so I will insert every receipt for each gas stop. And so that keeps me in check as far as where I'm going. I'm going to put a little bit more information in it once I've gotten the spot secured down, but that is the plan. And then it keeps everything all organized for my sake. And so I actually bought Amazon. There's these like small sticker pack of the 50 states. So I bought that and it has the name on it. So I'm going to put the sticker with each recording spot, so that way I know I've gotten each state, and they're all numbered, so I shouldn't miss one. I should have everything that I need to, and so every state is a gas station stop for me, and so that's how I know I have a receipt. I have got documentation for it. That's what is going to keep me in check. So yeah, we've got 1 minute out till we announce the actual bike. So 8:10, I said. How many months of planning went into this ride? So I started back in November. probably November timeframe, I really started digging into the logistics of routing. And then it wasn't until probably a little bit after Christmas I actually started to create the route, and it got more real at that point. So yeah, it's been a couple months trying to find all the gear, everything that goes along with it. I'm still in some of that stage of finding the right stuff. I'm headed out to Babes Ride Out East Coast next week, and so that first leg of my trip is going to be very similar to what I've got planned. So it's going to be kind of my trial run per se. I'm going to do hopefully an iron butt out there. If not, I'm going to do an iron butt back on Sunday. That is the plan, and I'll just have everything kind of in line, or things that I need to work out, the kinks and everything else like that. Okay, we are at 8:10, 8:11. Sorry guys, I've been holding you off for so long. Okay, you ready? Drum roll. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. It's real. It's not photoshopped, I swear. Oh my gosh, and it's a delayed response, so I'm not really seeing anything. Oh no, of course my camera goes out. Gosh dang it all. Okay, we're back. Dang Canon, iOS. Okay. Ta-da. I picked it up on Monday from Harley Corporate. So I am riding the Pan America for all 48 states. It's crazy. And the camera goes out. I know. All with drama, I swear, with those. Sorry. Thanks, guys. That's fantastic. I know. I'm having, still getting used to the bike. It is a little tall. I am pretty much tiptoe on it, but I really like the adaptive ride height for the special. So that's super helpful at the stops. But granted, most of it's going to be interstate riding, so I'm not going to be stopping a lot at stoplights, hopefully, if I don't get rerouted. But that is, that's the plan. So yeah. How tall am I? I am 5'7", maybe 5'6". Yeah, it is. So yeah, I reached out to Harley Corporate with this as a proposal a couple months ago, and with logistics and them pulling to Pan America for all the demos they have going on, they were able to wriggle one free for myself. I am hoping to have, I don't know which way I'm going. Oh, you can't really see it because my chair's in the way, but I really need some kind of system for the back. So I'm hoping to get bags on the bike hopefully next week, and then test them out for Babes Ride Out. If not, I really need to find something that's sufficient for holding everything that's waterproof. So that's my next go-to, because I have a lot of stuff that I need to carry, especially working with a chain-driven bike, and this is something I am not as well versed in, but will be within this next month. I need to carry all the tools that I don't have for this type of bike, because you can see my little sporty over there in the back, and not quite the same for that. So yeah, can't touch, master 1 foot down. Yes, I've been practicing the last 2 days with that. Aw, thank you. I know you've been waiting. I should have spilled the beads to you a little bit before, but here we go. The secret is out now. So heck yeah. I know there's been, I'll go through some of the other questions for it too, but someone asked if I was gonna buy any souvenirs for each of the states that I'm going through. And it would be gas station stops for me. So if there is like a magnet or a sticker when I'm purchasing something, I might, but I'm not pretty much my gas receipts and the pictures that I take on my phone and the video coverage that I have are going to be my souvenirs for that. Alice, I think you might have been the only one to guess that one. So I'm not sure. Was this completely not what you expected, guys? I kind of want to know your feedback on this because, yeah. That's awesome. What part of the run are you most looking forward to? Aw, thank you, Moto Scout. You're awesome. I appreciate that. I will be pretty much self-funding my entire trip, so I appreciate the tank of gas because it will be gas and hotel stops and some small food that I can't pack on the bike for my sake. Everything will be on me. So I was thinking a tiger. Oh, that would have been a good one too. If you hit us, the big truck stops. Good. Sure, yes. A lot. So most of the gas station stops that I am going to be stopping at are 24 hours for the most part. There are some that that are not open, but those like 24 hours, but those are going to be stops throughout the middle of the day. So I'm not too concerned with it, but we'll definitely be trying to find something if I can. So thanks, Brad. Oh, I thought it would be cruiser at some point. So technically this is adventure touring being the second word. So we will put it to its trials. So I have to do the 1K service on it next week. I picked it up with 200 miles to its name. It has only done employee demo rides here in Milwaukee. So it hasn't seen much else besides that. So I got it with 200 miles. I have about almost 800 on it right now. I've got 1 or 2 more rides throughout the weekend of Memorial Day, and then I'll bring it back down for its 1K service. And then they also want me to do the 5K service before I leave for the trip. So that way, you know, everything's kind of out of the way for that sake. So I will be riding to and from Babes Ride Out, which is and then pretty much really looking for the next 2 weeks after that to get the 5K. And at some point, I know I will hit that 10K mark too. So that's the part of my planning process that I need to figure out yet, when I'm going to generally hit that, and then finding a dealership within that area to line up. So that's just more planning on my part to know, you know, the restrictions and the limitations and the things for the bike that I need to maintain just to keep it up to par as possible. So thank you, and thank you congratulations on yours as well. I saw your Pan America, which I'd love to get your feedback on. And we need to chat a little bit more on that, Mike. But thank you. Oh yeah, I did enjoy the Indian Chieftain and the Challenger too, but this one, when I was looking through the records on the Iron Butt Association, there has only been 13 females that have actually completed this route, 13, maybe 14, 15 after last year's completion. But that has been the only people that have been certified since it began in 1988. So that was my motivation to do the 48 and 10. But then also as I was looking through, because they list like the names, where they're from, you know, the bike that they actually ride, I kind of had a light bulb moment and went, you know what, it would be awesome to put the Pan America in the record books for the Iron Butt Association too. So that was kind of my main motivation, just because this is a newer bike for this year, and I had to kind of go with that. But because I'm going all out, it feels like. How big is the gas tank? So the gas tank is, I think the max is 250 miles is what it says on the tank, and it's been pretty accurate, but I've planned out my gas stops to be less than 200 miles because it starts to alert me when I'm under or just getting close to that 50 mark. So 250 miles is the limit on the gas tank. So I have never ridden a road glide yet. It's on my list to do for this summer and this season. I need to, but I have not actually rode the road glide yet. But we're going ADV for this sake. I'm laughing at choice, but I had a Schwinn bike when we first got married too, so that would have been pretty epic to do. Oh, that's awesome. Good luck, Moto Scout. That'll be fun. That's coming up pretty shortly here for you too. Are you riding it to Babes Ride Out? Yes, I am. That is the plan, Gabby. I am riding it to Babes Ride Out. So it'll be fun. And then it'll be cool to see those. They've got demo rides for it. I know they might be sold out, unfortunately, ready for the Pan America for that, but it would be sweet. Can't wait to see your review. Thank you, Steph. We'll see you at Babes, right? I'll see you at Babes. I'm so excited. It's so exciting to find out you're going to Babes Ride Out. Yes, connect with me. Let's meet up. Absolutely. I'm flying solo. I know I'm gonna know a couple people, but people that I've never actually met in real life, which is weird. Weird to say, but yes, that's cool. Oh, I can't keep up with these comments here. Okay. Oh, that would be fun, Moto Scout. Good luck. Good luck. They're fun bikes to ride, though. I'm also known. Heck yes, that's awesome. Of course, its name is the Pan America only. You got that, my dear. Look at what banana. Thank you. You can be my tech guy for tonight. I appreciate this. So 5.6 gallons for that. Oh, I know. I'm excited to talk with you guys afterwards. It's going to be a hoot. I know was it April of this year? No, last year. Last year is when I was on for you guys, when I started my motovlog channel. That'd be good to connect with you guys again. I miss you. Oh, wait. I'm going up too fast. Oh. Thanks, Fred. I know. It's not photoshopped, I swear. It kind of looks like it is because it's blurred out in the background for that. So thank you, thank you. We'll see you, Gabby, very shortly, hopefully. What's the exact date of your takeoff? So I am leaving June 21st. And technically I have 10 days, so that would leave me all the way up until June 30th, July 1st, right? No, I can't do the math. Yes. I should be done by the 29th. If not, I've got the 30th as my day to be officially done, because who knows what happens, and depending on service and dealerships and just, working with a bike, want to make sure I've given myself adequate enough time to do that. So that is the plan for the takeoff. So yeah, it's less than 4 weeks away now, which is kind of really crazy to think about. We have kind of off this weekend, and so my main goal is to just prep for Babes and prep the bike. So I've got to kind of get the Garmin set up and set up on the bike. I know that you can put navigation routes on the actual infotainment system too, so I plan on running 2 screens at once just in case for whatever reason something reroutes or who knows what. Thanks, Amanda. I appreciate it. You've been a really, really good support system to lean on for that. Can I borrow? I'll get back to you on that. But oh man. Thank you, Scott. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's getting to be more real now, which I mean, I knew it was going to happen eventually, but now that it's getting into the days and the weeks countdown, there's only so much that time frame that I can do and put towards it at the end of the night. And so I'm going through the route again, checking if gas stations are still open, and then it's just pretty much now getting to know the actual bike itself. So I have to get familiar with chain maintenance and all that goes with that kind of bike, because I'm just not well versed in it. So if you guys have any insight on that, that's where I'm making it kind of a daily checklist, daily things to look at, getting used to putting up the center stand, all of that fun stuff that goes along with it. So yeah, let's see. There are other questions. Someone asked, what part of the run are you most looking forward to other than the end? Of course, that makes sense. But for me, during day 7, I will be going through Lolo Pass. So instead of going all the way up and around, I am kind of taking a full morning, afternoon to go through there. So that's kind of my treat and what I'm most looking forward to, because I haven't been out in that direction and I get to be off the interstate for just a little bit and kind of spice things up. So that's what I'm most looking forward to for the ride. Any special places you want to stop through as a famous pit stop? So this is kind of nerdy, but there are 2 different gas station stops that I will be at, and one of them is Elvis Presley Boulevard, and the other one is Garth Brooks Boulevard. So Elvis Presley's in Memphis, Tennessee, and then Garth Brooks is going to be in Oklahoma. So those are 2 that I'm just like excited to be on to ride and get the gas station receipts from that. But that's kind of nerdy from my point. I've never ridden up through the Memphis area, and so that's one of my but I know I-40 right now, the bridge is like completely cracked and out. And so I most likely will have to reroute at some point around that time. We'll have to see when I get closer to it and what the navigation leads me to. But I have certain waypoints that I need to just be at. So however the Garmin or the navigation tells me to take, that's kind of the route I'm going to take because it's going to be the quickest. My moto camping, no. I will probably only have, so I'm riding from sunup to sundown. So 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock in the morning, depending on when I get out from breakfast. And then I'll be riding until 7:30, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, technically, depending on the time frame and time zone. But until sundown. So for my sake, I am stopping at hotels every night. I don't have them booked just yet because you just never know exactly when things happen and things get behind or go forward, and I feel better that I can keep moving. But that's my game plan and my route for that. So I will be hotel camping for a very short, small amount of hours. How many hours per day are you expecting to ride? So it depends on the actual day. The first day I am going almost an iron butt. I kind of almost want to do it, but I'm already doing it for Babe, so I don't think I will. 950 some miles, and then it's going to be about 15 and a half hours is what I've come up with so far. But it all depends on the brakes and how efficient I am actually with them. If I do take longer, it's going to take me longer than 15 hours to 16 hours. But most of them are about 11 to 12 hours per day. So pretty much from sunup to sundown, even a couple hours after than that. Sorry if you can hear that if you're on the garage. Get a picture of the, oh yeah, that would be cool. If time allows and I have the option, that would be fantastic. Oh, I have actually written down the names of the gas stations. Most of them are like Sinclair's or Pilot's or Love's. But there was one that was kind of hilarious that I Nom Nom or something like that for the gas station name. I have no idea, but that was one of the that was one of them. Does the bike have tubeless tires? Winslow, oh, center stand works great for this. It's a good question. Yes, I need to be boss and Mike's already on it. He goes, oh man. So yeah. Other questions that you guys have, feel free to put them in the comments. I'm too close and I need to be back a little bit farther so you can see me in info. The Gorilla Biker asked on Instagram, what made you take on such a huge challenge? And honestly, I just thought I could do it. I want to get into more long distance endurance riding. Eventually, the Iron Butt Association has their rally and they hold it every 2 years. This year is actually going to be at the same time frame as when I do my 48 and 10. But I didn't feel quite up to that. And then you have to have certain certifications and kind of miles to your name in order for you to kind of be put in this hat for them to choose. But eventually I want to do one of the Iron Butt rallies. I would love to do the Hoka Hay as well. Those are things that have just kind of piqued my interest and I want to do more long distance endurance riding. So I figured with the 48 and 10, this is manageable because it's technically average out of the 9 days that I'm going to be riding, a little over 760 average miles. The Iron Butt rallies, people average over 1,000 miles plus on a day for 11 days straight. So for me, that's seemed like a daunting task to try to do right off the bat, but this 48 and 10 made me just realize, you know what, this is doable and I can see if I can handle this, and if I can handle this and I can handle a rally, then I can handle the Hoka Hay, because the Hoka Hay I know doesn't do anything well phone. You are just given pretty much mapped out printed directions and you have to follow along with them. And I think it's the same time frame too, of like 10 days and a certain amount of miles per day, long distance. So yeah, that's why I decided to, I suppose. Are you going to stay away from riding on major? Yes and no, Mr. HD Lowrider. Some of them I kind of have to, just especially when I'm up in the eastern part of the country. There are so many small states that the interstate is probably the easiest, but hopefully the timing wise of when I'm doing them, I won't hit rush hour traffic, but you never know, because actually when I came back from Milwaukee, when I picked up this bike, I ran into a traffic accident that had me pretty much stopped for about a half an hour, almost 45 minutes, and no way that I could kind of go back, turn back around or anything like that. So unfortunately, hopefully that doesn't happen, but my fingers are crossed for it. Eventually, when things open back up, I would love to. And that's part of my regret, is that I didn't plan for Alaska, but I didn't want to bite off more than I could chew. Right now, eventually I would love to do a 49 and 10 because I've ridden Hawaii. There are some people that have done all 50 states within certain time frame mark for the Iron Butt. That would be sweet to do, but this is just a good starting basis for that. How many miles total for the trip? So I have it written down. Total miles will be 7,691 miles, but that's, I technically finish start in Wisconsin, right at the border. And then I finish in Iowa. So when I am done, I have the next day to go back, and that's about almost 800 miles. Yeah, so 7-8 hours technically. It could be, it's going to be more because of the breaks. So when it's all said and done, this bike will have 14,000 miles on it within a 4-week time span, 5-week time span. I'm just in awe that Harley would allow me to put that many miles on the bike, but it's awesome. It's kind of a new bike to see what it's capable of. And I know there's a lot more of that dirt focus for that, of course, but to really put it through pavement riding, I'm excited to see what it's capable of doing. Are you going to try the Iron Butt ride Key West to Purdue? Yes, absolutely. That is another goal of mine to do. That would be sweet. Eventually. I've got my bucket list, and my bucket list just keeps growing by the day. Oh, man. There were more questions as far as Ray rides. I'm not sure if I saw Ray on here yet, but he asked the biggest challenge will be, and what will the biggest challenge be? And honestly, I think it's got to be weather, especially tonight. It's still raining outside. You just can't predict it. And I know, I'm not sure if I saw out in Nebraska, Blacktop Devil and Heather, they had like massive hailstorms. So that's the part where you can't plan for weather, but you can be as prepared as possible for it. But that's the biggest challenge for me, is that, if I'm not riding, I'm not making up those miles, and I'm just eating away at time. So that time while riding in weather is going to be my biggest challenge for that. Yes, Jean. So it only had 200 miles when I picked it up from corporate down in Milwaukee. And then I will put 1,000 miles on it before next Tuesday, and then 5,000 miles before the week before I leave, and then another 8,000-9,000 miles after that for the ride. So very new engine for that. Probably not. Not for this sake. I am not well versed on but for my 48 and 10 challenge, I am only pretty much allowed interstate riding to get the most miles I need for the time frame that I have. So it's going to have to be for another time or another person to attempt it for an off-roading ride. That'd be sweet. Trans-America Trail would be good with that bike. Yes, absolutely. That would be super cool. Someone's got to do that. That takes a lot more planning on my part that I'm not sure if I'm capable of doing for this sake. And I only have the bike until the beginning of July, and then I have to bring it back. So it's going to be heartbreak when I have to jump back off of it and hop back on my Sporty that's over here. It's going to be an interesting ride for my sake. When I did all of the touring bikes last year, and then I hopped back on my Sporty to go fill up with gas, I just felt so out of my element riding my Sportster again. It was a weird feeling. Yes, correct, Chuck. No knobbies for this one. Crystal asked that girl Gogo asked what seat will be comfy for the long haul. Honestly, I didn't plan on putting extra seat cushions on the bike, so the stock one that is on it right now is the one I most likely will be riding for it. We'll see how it goes after Babes ride out, and if I have to get something else, I'll look into it, but my plan is just to pretty much do it on the stock seat for that sake. Then Nerd, I know you were on here, but you asked how much sleep are you planning on? And I mentioned sun up to sundown, so just after sunset, and then how many miles, hours per day. So those were answered. Dad and Mad, what asked, what are you most excited about? And honestly, it's just the challenge part of the ride. Like, I like that internal challenge that I have to get to that next gas stop, to get to that next place within a certain time frame. I love all the logistics and the planning that goes along with it. So for me, I can sit and look at my route from morning till night, and I did last night too, up until I had to go to bed. But like, just figuring out what I need to do when and at what time, and giving my breaks and estimating that, along with, you know, maintenance and taking care of the bike that I need to factor into, and then the services that need to be done for the bike and the checks on it. That's where there's a lot more that could go into it, and I enjoy that part the most for it. And then he asked what's the most apprehensive about anything. And honestly, I think just with it being a newer bike and the dealerships, you know, still rolling out some of these bikes, even on their demo fleets, that's the part where I gotta have just fingers crossed and things work out and things align that it works best for me. What the heck? Thank you, camera. Sorry, guys. Apparently, this is deciding to say no. I still have you guys on here, right? I think so. Yes, I was really surprised at this. So when I hopped on the bike for the first time, I have forward controls on my Sportster. So I'm not really used to anything in that kind of stance and position, but it was super easy for me to stand up on this bike. Like, I was just kind of in awe that it was easy to do. And so I've done it multiple times, riding the last 2 days on it too. So yeah, that it's a good thing, especially when you're riding off-road and on dirt, and being able to stand up that easily. It makes sense. Oh, I know. If only I could keep it here forever. When I brought it home the first day, so the kids' reactions was, Dad, did you get a new bike? Because only my bike has been in here. We haven't taken my husband's bike out of the garage yet. And they thought it was theirs. And I go, no, kid. Like, no, honey, this is Mama's bike. Mama has two bikes now, and then we'll have to put the fat boy in here too. But that needs, I'm sure I haven't updated the petcock for his fat boy, so that needs to be fixed, and a couple other things, and hopefully the battery is still good. I did take it out this winter, but we haven't put it back in, so there's a lot of things that need to be prepped for his bike before it comes back into the garage here. Let's see. Someone asked about how I'm using Google Maps for actual navigation, and so for me, I'm using, I just bought it last week. This is the Garmin Zumo XT. It's actually a motorcycle version, so everything is pretty much waterproofed. The only thing I need to do, or have the techs do for Harley, is take the actual charging system. You can hardwire it into a battery. That would be the most ideal for my sake, so that it constantly runs. And I don't have to use, because there's only one USB port up in the front here. I would like to use that one for my phone, for the tracker, whatever else I need. I will be utilizing Garmin. So I have my Google Maps, my map listed out already. So I'm going to take and download that information, put it into the Garmin, and that will read me each day the route I need to take. I'm going to try to look into the maps created through Harley and put the same navigation, same waypoints into that, and then put it into the bike. Those are logistics I still need to figure out, because I just picked it up on Monday and haven't really played with the tech part of it. So that's my game plan for that. I am not doing any fundraising, but there is absolutely a way that you can help out. You're welcome to, I have a PayPal. I have the link here. I will put that in there, but if you want to support in any way, I would appreciate that. That would be awesome. Because this is pretty much self-funded for my sake. So all gas, all hotels, everything that goes into that, that would be awesome. I appreciate the support. And done life. You can get clamp on USB for the head handlebars and plug in. Yes. Yep. That is the plan, but I'm going to be running the Zumo and my phone. So depending on which route I go, I can use my phone. So with the iron butt, you have to have some show just kind of as a backup. You're going to print off the receipts, take a picture of the receipt with the odometer, of course, to show proof that you've been there at that certain point in time. But they also would like to see your route, and if you have it trackable, that's another helpful tool. So I'm going to use Spotwalla. Again, they just updated their website to a new one within this last couple months. So it's going to be a trial this next week to see how it does. But you can do a new, if you have an iPad or an iPhone, it's SW Tracker instead of SW Connect now. SW Connect will send the signal to Spotwalla and kind of treat it as your trackable link. My husband also has a Garmin InReach, not the mini version, but the like big version, the normal one, I should say. And I have that to my Reach too. So I'm gonna see which one I want to take. It depends on how much the battery life the Garmin InReach actually has and will be able to provide. If not, I'm going to have to use my phone and run it off of the battery so that it keeps my trackable location and feeds it to Spotwalla. So those are two options. I might do both for Babes Ride Out just to test out the waters on it, but that is the game plan for that. Yes, Stacy, it does. So the special, which is the one I have back here, has adaptable ride height adjustment. And for me, I can tell the difference, especially when I'm coming up to stop signs, but I almost have to like bounce and push down on the seat for it to be able to read it. If not, I'm kind of still tiptoe getting to stop signs. When are you going to review the Pan America? I can. Well, it hasn't really been on my list to do as far as an actual review. There's a lot of tech and information that goes along with those reviews, and I might be able to provide one of those. If not, it's more of my thought process on it and my thoughts on it as I'm going through the route in the 48 and 10. So I plan on doing weekly releases for each day once I get back. So day 1 will have its own video all the way up until day 9 and day 10. I'll also go through a planning one of what I brought, a recap. I'm going to plan a live stream afterwards too, just to get my feedback to you guys directly after the fact, but those are also videos that I plan on doing as much as possible with the P&M. Indian has a trip tracker that's very accurate. Does Harley anything like that? It's a good question. I'm not sure if I'm able to answer that. I'm not sure. Does anybody else know? Harley has anything like that? Thank you, my dear. I'm going to try my best to share. I know when I did my iron butt around Lake Michigan, I was like logging in every single gas stop. I don't think that's going to be possible for the 48 and 10. That'll just be a lot of Instagram stories for 10 days long. But I plan on doing either a lunch check-in if I can, and if not, at the end of the day, just, how things went, quick overview of the day, and then I'm going to get some sleep and keep on the road. So it's going to be hard to manage, but definitely check out my Instagram for stories when I do kind of release those. They're going to be haphazard, but I'm going to do my best. It's not going to be on the forefront for my sake. Oh yeah, it does have it on the HD app. I didn't know if it was like directly on the actual bike though, because I have the HD app, and that's the one where I'm going to feed the route into the infotainment, or yeah, the infotainment system, whatever it is, screen. But I'm not sure if there's anything on the bike directly to do that. Let's see, did we go through all of the questions that were asked? Average day, which bike, moto camping. Carly asked sharing finalized route. I absolutely will share the route with you guys, but it won't be until after the fact. Just for my personal reasons and safety, I'm going to leave that kind of secret until after, and then I'm happy to share the actual logistics of my Spotwalla account and the actual route for my 48 and 10. But yes, eventually, short answer. And then she asked, how do I feel about local riders joining in for sections of it? As much as I would love to have company for some of that, just to break things up, I don't believe I will be allowing that for that sake, because it's just going to be really hard. My main focus is to try and finish the ride and do everything within a certain time frame. And so if I'm waiting on people, or people are waiting on me to get to a certain location, it makes it really difficult to do so. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to say a no-go for anybody kind of joining in for the ride. Solo from there. Speed Racer Chick, you around here. I know I saw you, but you asked if there was a luxury item you are taking with no matter what. That's a good question. And honestly, I think it's going to be my sandals, like my Birks, because as much as I don't mind my motorcycle boots, I have Dionysi, is that how you say it? They're the Gore-Tex waterproof ones. They're pretty comfortable. But if I could go barefoot all day long, I totally would. So I am bringing my sandals, and the minute I am done with the day, those are going on my feet. So that is it. Kid Moto 22 asked shortest mileage and what's the longest. So day 1 will be the longest, and my last day, day 9, will be as 958 miles, and then day 9 is 731. I think it's going to take me 12 hours to do the day 9, and then about 16 hours to do day 1. Get a lot of stuff out of the way right away, so I feel a little bit more accomplished. Birkies are life. I was kind of on the fence until I went to Hawaii, and I bought some on base because they're pretty reasonably priced over there. When I was there, I got them, and they have never left my feet since we've gotten back from Hawaii. So yes, absolutely. Okay, I think I went through or have answered all of the questions on Instagram, but if there's anybody here that's still hanging out with us on the live chat, because I've been going for, holy crap, almost a full hour. Hi, Bullseye TV. Hello from Texas. Are you going to be going through the Lone Star State? Yes, I have to in order to do the 48 and 10. But let me pull up my route here. I will be going through the top end of it, Amarillo area. If you can't find hotel, KOA, yes, absolutely. That is a great secondary option for my end. And I know I kind of want to do Hoka style eventually. Like, I know you sleep right next to your bike and you never leave your bike. That would be fun to try, but I don't really want to try it unless I have to to do that right. But I have all of my gear prepped and ready for Babes Ride Out. So I have a small packable military style tent that my husband had used when he was out in the field. So we bought one personally. That's going to be my tent for Babes Ride Out. And then I have a small compact mattress, bivy, waterproof layer, all that stuff that goes with it. So I should have a good setup in case I cannot find a hotel whenever I need to, but the luxury of just having a bed with charging ports, like that's where I will need to pretty much charge everything over the hours that I sleep and then hop back on the bike and do it again. So that's really my main goal, to have a hotel and then just to take an actual shower. It would be great to do as well. So you need just a quick stop in each date in case you want to say hello. Yes. Oops. Oh, thank you, my dear. I was talking to Jess about this, Jess her two wheels, earlier this afternoon. I have never had coffee. My husband drinks it, but I've never had a sip of coffee. It's never something that I've been interested in. I have been drinking, I don't know if you have these around your states, but there's Bubbler. It's like a antioxidant water, but it's kind of got a little bit of caffeine to it. That's what I can drink, but thank you, my dear. Say hi to the kiddos for me too. Tea? Yes, absolutely. I know there is, what is it called? I think it's actually called sport tea or something like that, that has some caffeine to it. And then the Noon, is that how you pronounce it? Nuun, those tablets, there are some that they make with caffeine in it as well. That would be another good too, but pretty much I'm a water person through and through. So I plan on having, depending on how I feel, I might take it off for a couple of days, but I'll have the water attachment on me pretty much as my backpack for most of the time. Yes, Noon for Life. They're so good. I also bought the Built bars. They make pre-mixed, like flavored packets too. So I'm going to try those guys as well and see, because you can mix them in with water. Hi, Dinah Guy. Greg, thanks for being here. Coffee is life. I wish I knew. The friend I ride is a 5-star hotel all the time. Whoa, that's fantastic. So with my husband being gone for the last year, he was put up in hotels for most of it. So he's gotten a lot of points. That I could be able to utilize if I needed to, depending on location, but that's awesome. Not really 5-star hotels, just a hotel with a bed and a clean shower and charging points. That's what I need. Thank you, Two Wheels Down. Appreciate that. Thanks for the super sticker. Some long distance rider drink pickle juice. Ooh, I love Mason pickle juice as an energy drink. That would be fantastic. I, back in my college days, was shotted tequila with a pickle juice as a chaser, or pineapple juice. That was rare. Good days. Hi, Heather. I see you in here. There we go. How are you? Hopefully I'll see you at Sturgis this year. Or wait, no, I think timing-wise we won't be able to make it work, but eventually we'll get together at some point. I spend more a month on the comfortable admitting it's 7-Eleven coffee. That's fantastic. We'll see you sometime this year. Yes, absolutely. You need to make it a yearly thing for sure. But I think I've answered all of my questions, and I'm going to give it probably about 5 more minutes. And I'm actually going to head in for the night and make sure my husband does not arrive and throw the garage door open. So that would be hilarious. So yeah, any other questions you guys got for me? Anything else you want to share? What else can I talk about for my 48 and 10? We went through most of the tech stuff. I think it's just, for me, getting familiar with the bike and what tools I need to bring. Like, I want to be as prepared as possible, so bringing like extra chain, all that stuff that goes with this type of bike. But yeah, I'm excited to ride it. It's been one of those bikes that has had a lot of hype within this last year, and just to have one in my garage right now feels kind of unreal to have that. So I'm excited to put this guy in the record books for the IBA. Fingers crossed if everything goes according to plan, but that would be pretty epic. I don't know if you guys were just joining into, but when I looked at the 48 and 10 and the records, you can look at them online publicly if you want to. They're transferring over from like a printed to almost all digital, but it's going to take a lot of time to get all of that data up on their website. But you can go through the records and see who has actually completed the 48 and 10, along with all the other challenges that they have. One year, I know the Iron Butt Rally was a 48 and 10, so you'll see a lot within a certain time frame, but only 13. I think there might be 2 other women that have done it last year that I've talked to through the Facebook groups, but 13 to maybe 15 women have actually completed it themselves solo for 48 and 10. So I wanted to be one of those 15 ladies to do that, because it started in 2000, started in 1988, and it was co-founded by another female as well. So it's pretty cool to be able to have that backing for it. We have scheduled HD maintenance during the ride. That is the plan. I need to connect with my contacts at Harley right now just to make sure we've gotten some sort of awareness for the certain dealerships that they know I'm coming. And we can kind of get something quick in and out for the sake of the bike and for my sake. So that is the plan. But yeah, I have to get a little bit more strategic and figuring out those logistics yet. So, yep. Have you practiced the Stunner? Understand. I find it hard to put my bike up on the Stunner stand to change the oil. That is the plan. I have not attempted it yet, but that is something I need to get very, very comfortable with. So this next 2-3 weeks, I'm pretty much going to be doing it on the daily and just getting comfortable with it, because it's one of those things where if you do have to do any maintenance for the chain, understand, of course. So yes, practice makes perfect. How are you doing the tolls? Good question. So I'm not going to be able to hit all of the tolls with prepaid ones, but there is a pass called EZ, so EZ, Echo Zulu pass, that pretty much covers most of the eastern part of the country. I think Illinois all the way through to maybe, people can correct me, but like Virginia, West Virginia, I believe. So I bought that pass, and that will be on me. But for the most part, all the other ones, I know like Texas has their own, Oklahoma has their own. So unfortunately, I'm just gonna have to go through those tolls and pay them right at that point in time. But if I can do most of the eastern without having to go through them, that's the ideal part. So I've gotten that guy, and that is the extent for my tolls. And I'll just have a lot of change and cash on me to be able to make up the other ones. So thank you, Mr. HD Lowrider. What is the almighty answer to the meaning of life, the universe, and everything? That's a tough question to answer on a live stream right now, but a good one. Thank you, Dyna Guy Greg. That's awesome. It was a fun one. It's a long video, like 45 minutes long. So somebody goes through that whole entire thing. This is when I first started editing my videos. It's a long episode to watch, almost like a movie. But you can see my ups, you can see my downs, you see every single stop and the point of time where my planning, I wish I would have started earlier in the morning, like I'm planning to do for the 48 and 10, but I didn't start until 8, almost 9 o'clock in the morning, which led to very long breaks as well. So I have to be way more efficient. I am way more efficient now knowing that, but I thought I had so much time, and I did up until about 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock at night, and I realized I have a long ways to go yet. So that 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, I was still riding to complete that 1,000 miles. So pretty much just going to be gas and go from my end of it. Oh, someone asked, I think it was Gabby actually, I'm not sure if you're on here yet still, to go-to snacks for it. So I think they're called like energy bites, but I have these like protein bites. So protein powder mixed with honey, peanut butter, chocolate chips for this one. This like it's just like a chocolate chip cookie dough one. That, and I love the honey stingers, those waffle snacks. Those hold up really well in the heat, I've found too. Those are going to kind of be my go-to snacks. I'm not sure if I'm going to do anything while I'm actually riding. There are a lot of long distance individuals that eat snacks while they're cruising through. This guy does have cruise control. There we go. Does have cruise control, but I just don't feel comfortable not having one or two, both hands on the handlebars. So I will be quick snacking while I get gas and go. But for the most part, I don't plan on eating until I get to hotel or rest for the evening for my sake each night. Testing your geeky side. With gear on, extra weight. Yes. So my Babes Ride Out over next week is going to be a great practice for that's it, because everything will be hooked up on it. Because right now I can move my chair, but I do not have bags on this bike at the moment. So it will either be all in up on the front or on the back part here. Hopefully I do have ones for either side that would make things a lot easier. I know that the tank bag, when I talked to a couple ladies that actually have bought in this bike or have ridden this bike too, it's not as conducive for long distance endurance riding because the tank bag covers the actual gas cap too. So it takes more time to take off the tank bag and put it back on too. So the small one that I have and have utilized before, I might try to do, pending if I can still attach it to the actual tank and not the plastic part. So we'll see from that bit, but I like to have my tracker with all of my receipts right close to me so that I can do my logging for each of the states right off the bat and not have to go through saddlebags or anything like that. But yeah, hard bags, soft bags. I'm not sure what we've got to work with, but fingers crossed I've gotten something. Oh, fantastic, Chad. Is it raining by you too down in Madison right now? It still is up here. Yes, correct. But the bike license plate is demo bike through Harley Corporate, so I am going to be paying those pretty much right on the bat, so that there is no confusion after that sake. So, is the tank metal iron? Yes, I believe it is. I have not tested out my tank bag to see how it holds up, but yes. Is that HD? Yes, that is the new Pan America Special. $12.50, that is going to be my ride for my 48 and 10 challenge. Okay, any last remaining questions, or I'm going to call it an evening for the night, but thank you guys so much for being on here. I'm excited for you guys to kind of ride along with me and share as much as I can, my thoughts on it. I know there hasn't been a lot on coverage for long distance endurance riding on YouTube, and I feel like this is kind of helping to shine a spotlight on that part of motorcycling, because there are so many amazing and incredible riders out there that do this pretty much day in and day out and have logged so many miles under their belt. But just to bring a little of my feedback and my insight on a new long distance endurance rider, that's my goal for the channel, at least for a part of it too. So thanks guys for the update. When are you getting a Dyna? When there's room in the garage for it. That would be awesome. I'll have all the bikes. Need all the type of bikes. So, all right. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to cut it off for the night, but stay tuned. Make sure to follow the Instagram and my YouTube channel for those videos when they do come out. I will be posting one pretty shortly here for just my introduction on the actual bike and the whole entire adventure as it plays through. But yeah, you'll see everything unfold within the next month. So, all right, take care, guys. We will see you very soon. Good night, all.